The man saw a mermaid. He couldn't believe his eyes, so he walked up and lifted the woman's skirt. She exploded in rage. Charlie quickly apologized and turned to leave. Lately, he'd been feeling like he was hallucinating. Then suddenly he heard a fish in a tank talking. The little fish said he was about to die. Charlie brushed it off, thinking it was just his ears playing tricks on him. How could a fish possibly talk? But when he drove past a railroad crossing, his car suddenly died. Charlie kept trying to restart it, but nothing happened. Then the crossing gate slowly came down. A train was speeding straight at him. Charlie tried to unbuckle and run, but the seatbelt wouldn't release. The train horn kept blaring louder and louder, getting closer and closer. Charlie slammed the gas. At the very last second, the car finally started. He forced it off the tracks. He had just escaped getting hit by the train when a truck loaded with steel pipes almost impaled him too. After all those near-death scares, he couldn't deny it anymore. Charlie had to believe it now. What the shaman told him that morning was true. He was supposed to die today unless he agreed to become the new shaman. If he refused to become a shaman, he would definitely die tomorrow. What happened today was only a warning. Charlie had no choice but to accept his fate. He became the new shaman at the ceremony to make him the new shaman. At first, he hated the ritual dance, but as he kept dancing, he actually started enjoying it. Charlie's steps whipped up a strange wind, and even the old shaman was stunned. She could tell his spiritual power was beyond hers. Suddenly, Charlie moved like he was possessed. His motions turned insanely fast. He vaulted right over a wall, then bolted uncontrollably into the woods. In the end, he dug up a sacred relic that had been lost for centuries. The next day, Charlie officially started doing spirit readings, but his first client was a rival there to sabotage him. The woman fed him fake information on purpose, trying to expose him as a fraud on the spot. At first, Charlie had no idea how to answer. The old shaman told him to just say whatever came to mind, and sure enough, Charlie walked right into the trap. The woman made up a story about her child, but she didn't even have a child. Right there, she said she'd spread the word that Charlie was a scammer. Then a strange gust blew through, and the bell on the ritual object suddenly rang. Charlie was possessed again. He became like a completely different person. He didn't just reveal every single one of the woman's secrets. He hit the deepest wound in her heart. Everyone there was stunned. The woman was completely convinced. She finally believed Charlie really had spiritual power. After that, Charlie's fame exploded. More and more people came to him for readings. One woman showed up with her husband. She wanted to know if he was cheating. Charlie just shook the bell once, then immediately told her to hit her husband. He got so worked up that he snapped. He didn't even have one girlfriend himself, and this guy had 3. When detectives hit a case they couldn't crack, they came to Charlie for a reading, and he'd point out the killer on the spot. But right then, Charlie got a phone call. That's when he snapped out of his shaman identity. It turns out he had another identity too. Charlie was actually a gang boss, and he had to go back to the organization to handle a nasty problem.